Um, my name is Anna. I feel so stupid right now, I'm sorry. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm 21 years old. I just turned 21 in late July, which was a couple months ago. And I almost took my life today. And I feel like an idiot saying that out loud because every time I attempt, it's never like enough. And I'm not saying like I don't feel good enough. I mean, I don't, but like it's like I feel like the efforts I'm making aren't strong enough. That's what I mean by that. So my whole life I've been dealing with depression, and I guess I never knew how severe it was until I became an adult. I had a couple of attempts at self-harm and suicide when I was in middle school, especially. I can't even imagine how many kids have killed themselves. Life is already so hard. It's like, I don't know, sometimes I wonder how people keep going, how so many people can keep going, you know? So here's where I'm at. I lost my job that I just started. And I feel like an idiot saying that out loud, but the reasons for it weren't really in my control. And I keep trying to tell myself that. But my dad does what he does best, and he makes me feel bad for it. My whole life has just been him belittling me, and I'm not trying to act like or say it's his fault, but it feels like it. When I had my cold, because I had a cold, I did. I had a cold last Saturday, and I had to call out of work because of it. Mind you, this was like, I think my second week. Or, no, it was, I think my first week. No, it was my first week. But it was my first Saturday. So, I call out on Saturday because I have a cold. And it was a kind of sickness where I wasn't vomiting, but I was really uncomfortable. Like, I was really groggy and lightheaded, and I was also just really sore throat. I mean, I could have, like Dad said, I could have just gone into work. I could have worn a mask, but I know how to protect my peace, so I stayed home. And I think that's what makes me and my dad different. And I think that's what makes us generationally different. I know how to protect my peace. He doesn't even know how to do that. I mean, he knows how to, but I don't think he knows what it means to protect peace. Like, he has his ways of doing it, but I don't think he knows how to fully do it yet. Anyway, so I was sick last week with the cold, and then I also had this really bad eczema breakout on my hands. I know you can't really tell. I mean, my cuticles and my hands are very dry right now. And if you see me like picking at my fingers, it's because there's a lot of skin peeling. I haven't had an eczema breakout that bad since middle school. Yeah, I haven't. Now that I think about a lot of this stuff that's coming up hasn't happened to me since middle school, which is weird. But the eczema breakout I used to get a lot in 6th grade especially. But I found out, I think it was because of stress, but also because, as I was saying, because my phone cut off because I have not a lot of storage in my phone and my phone's being a bitch. Anyway, yeah, I had the eczema breakout, or I get them on my hand. I got it on my hands recently because of stress, but also because of me working with a lot of new materials. So there's that. And then also, yeah, so I had the eczema breakout. It cleared up. I had a cold. It cleared up. But ever since, I want to say it's Sunday. Okay, so the beginning of last week. So not that Saturday that I got sick, but the Sunday after, I started getting this weird feeling like in my area and in my pelvic region. And last night, or not last night, I don't know what time it is. I'm just gonna say last night or yesterday night, I had this like lower back and pelvic pain that was like the worst pain, one of the worst pains I've ever felt in my entire life. It felt like somebody was stabbing me in my pelvic area and in my lower back. Come to find out, I don't think it's a kidney stone, because right now I feel like my whole area, like, it feels a little tense, but it's like fine. But mom says it's sorry. I keep running out of storage on my phone, hey. Yeah, mom says it's endometriosis, which she says that she's experienced based off of a lot of the symptoms I was experiencing. So all throughout last night, I haven't gotten any sleep. And the reason why I have endometriosis, or why I might have endometriosis, is because I haven't taken my birth control in like 2 months. And I didn't realize it would be that much of a big deal. Like, I just thought, because like whenever people stop taking birth control, I feel like I'm always hearing like how it's like not a big deal and like nothing really happens to your body. But apparently for some people it's like a really big deal. So that's kind of what's happening with me. So because of that, I had to call out of work yesterday, which was Saturday. Again. Well, I didn't call out. My mom is friends with my manager at my job. And she told her, like, hey, like, Anna's not feeling well, like, she might have endometriosis. And then I get an email from my manager at the time saying that I lost my job, basically. But I think the way she worded it was fair. She was saying that, you know, like, we need reliable people on our team, and like, you aren't in the best physical condition right now, things of the sort. It's not exactly what she said, but it's pretty much what she said. And she was saying how when you're feeling better, you may come back. I don't know, something of that regard. Point being, I'm gonna have to find another job, but I'm scared to death. I was really looking forward to having this job, and I'm frustrated because me being sick is something out of my control, but my dad just made me feel like it was something I could have controlled. And like, oh my god, like, my whole growing up has been faced with ridicule, and that's not how you're supposed to raise a child. I know that for a fucking fact. Maybe I'm biased because I've watched a lot of Super Nanny, because I'm basically neurodivergent, and my best friend Cam and I like to watch that show when we hang out. But one thing's for sure, I think the last thing you want to do with your child is to ridicule them. Instead, positive reinforcement. I don't know. I also don't know how to raise kids. I'm only 21 and I don't have any desire in my life to have kids. But I wanted to make this video because I'm in a very vulnerable state in my life and I want to share my story. I don't know where this video is going to go, or who's going to see it. I don't know. I just want, if there's one thing, and I don't want to cry because I feel like such a bitch, if there's one thing that I want to do in this life, and it's something that I think I've wanted to do ever since I was a kid, and it's just to make people feel loved and seen. I don't know why my heart is so big. I think it's because I know it's stupid. So I'm mixed, but I'm Pacific Islander, and my mom's side of the family is Pacific Islander. Like, people who are Pacific Islander usually, like, our people are so loving and have such big hearts and are so compassionate. And I think I get it from my ancestors, but I think I also get it from my mom because she is just such a nice person. And I learned a lot of my love, the way I show love, from my mom. And I'm beyond thankful for that. And I don't know, I did contact the hotline via text not too long ago. I've been texting this person for an hour. I think this is the longest I've ever contacted a hotline for. I did cut myself. I haven't done that in 3 months. I think I'm just having a bad year, and I'm just gonna have to accept that. I am in a transitional period, but I also forgot to take into context that my friend who's in her 30s was telling me that my 20s is a transitional period, and I have to remember that. I feel like people my age don't know that enough because we're on social media all the time, so we're so used to people being successful by the time they're 20. So it's kind of an exaggeration, but you get the point. Yeah. I feel so lost. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm scared to find another job because it was hard enough for me to try to get the job that I got initially. But I think I'm just gonna have to do what any person can do and just take things one thing at a time, because if I overwork myself, it's gonna hurt myself in the long run. And I'm notorious for being a person who puts other people's feelings above my own. And for survival, I have to be here for myself. But I'm trying so hard, and it just feels like I'm putting out so much into the world, and it really just feels like I'm getting little to nothing in return. All my life, I've been hurt by so many people, and I'm just scared to get hurt again. I think that's why I have a fear of authority. I think that's why I'm afraid of a lot of things. It's just because, like, I just don't want to get hurt again. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to keep this video long because I don't have a lot of storage in my phone. I laugh because it's just so silly. Life is not easy, and I don't think it's gonna get any easier. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, and that thought alone is a little scary. I guess there is a part of me that has a genuine fear of death, but I'm also just like, sometimes I just want to go to sleep and then never wake up again. But I don't want to burden anybody from being alive or from dying. I hear footsteps. I don't know what's going on. I think where I'm at right now, sometimes I feel like a burden for being alive. But I guess if anything, I would be more of a burden if I died. Because I guess, in fact, there are a lot of people that care about me. I'm just trying to wrap my head around everything, and I think the best we can do is just take things one day at a time. There's so much pain and hate in this world, and the last thing I want to do is add to that. I have It's gonna be okay. It's gonna have to be, because I have to get an apartment. I have to move out. I have to be me. I know somewhere in this life it's gonna be worth it. Okay, another thing I wanted to add. Everyone is worthy. We all have a purpose. And all we can do is our best. That's all we can do.